I'm Jamie Michaels. I'm the campus minister for the Wesley Foundation at UC Merced and Merced College in the Central Valley. The picture that I have of myself as a queer person is a stereotype, right? Is a caricature. And it's hard to remember, I mean, in the same way that it's hard to remember as a human being that other human beings are suffering. When I look at the caricature of queer people in the media, it's hard to remember that a lot of us are struggling. And as someone who is educated and comes from privilege and is still struggling, this experience was a really good reminder that that being queer puts you at an extra disadvantage when you fall on hard times, that there's an added challenge. And it was empowering to see so many of my people in service to our own community, right? And to poor folks who don't identify as queer. So that was empowering to remember that we have a community that wants to care for its own. And it made me really want to reach out to members of my community who have fallen out of touch, and to say our people are in need, our people are hurting, and we need to remember that we're together in this.
Yeah. Did you notice anything about the particular way that the AIDS crisis impacts the homeless community in San Francisco?
Right. So if you're poor, you're more likely to be exposed to HIV and AIDS. And if you have HIV or AIDS, you're much more likely to become poor or homeless, or to remain poor or homeless, because the drugs that you need and the care that you have to provide for yourself are much more expensive than caring for yourself if you're not HIV positive. So for me, especially in San Francisco, but I come from DC, and so in DC too, it's a big thing. 1 in 20 adults in DC is infected with HIV, and in DC, most of those communities are communities of color, because DC is mostly communities of color. HIV and poverty are intimately connected, and so to work to end poverty, we have to work to find a cure for HIV and to provide antiretrovirals and drugs that help people live longer and healthier, and we have to provide those drugs in a way that people can afford. So those things are absolutely interconnected.
Yeah.